But this is what I call a mini calla lily, and they come in all different colors. You can get them in pink, and purple, and orange, and yellow. And so Lana was sweet enough to get these in Houston for me because normally the grocery stores don't have them. Central Market is, I believe, where she got them, and Central Market is a wonderful place to get flowers.
Would you like a cup towel or something?
I'm good. I've got a towel. I'm going to start out. I'm going to make something very unusual. Number one, we usually do our flowers. No, it's not my way. We usually do flowers that are in oasis. Well, this will be an arrangement that's not an oasis. And just to show you that picking the right flower, the right vase is real important. And you don't always have to use oasis. Oasis gives you really good control of your flowers, and that's one reason why you use it. But I'm going to do something very contemporary. We started in November, and I did an arrangement that was to be used on like a dining room table. At Christmas time, we did one that would be used like on a coffee table. You had to look down on it. This arrangement would be used more like a piece of art that you would put at an entry, or like if you had a sign-in table or something like that, because it's just not your normal. I'm going to use glue dots. This is my vase. This is one of my very favorite vases. It's extremely contemporary, but because it's also very fragile in the sense that it would rock, I'm going to place a glue dot, and this is not something that I will use. Once I'm through, I would not be doing this. I would take it off of this tray, but to work on it, hopefully my glue dot's going to stay. I'm going to kind of adhere it to the glass, and it's not going to work. One thing about glue dots is if they get old, they don't stick, and old means not very. I mean, I think I just got these not too long ago, so they don't always stick. Okay, let's try again. If not, we're moving on. It's not going to do it. Okay. This design, like I said, is a very contemporary one. And in using your calla lilies, they start off as a straight shape. But calla lilies, you do have the ability to manipulate the stems. That's one of the beauty of them. And the stems are very unique in that they having not seen these until right now, my vase is probably going to be a little bit small for what this is. I mean, very tall. Normally my stems are a lot longer, but we're gonna proceed as if they're long, and hopefully it's going to work. But it may not, because it's not. My stems aren't quite long enough. But the idea is that you start off, and we're going to keep everything contained inside. Okay? Now then, I want this next one to be at the bottom, and so I'm going to measure it before I start putting it in there by using the vase. See, I want it to go across the bottom. Now, something really, really, really wonderful about calla lilies, and very unique for the flower, and that is calla lilies don't need a lot of water. Too much water, and their stems get soggy and mushy, and they start splitting like this. You would know if you were to buy a calla lily, if the end was like this, it's an older flower. So I wouldn't want you to buy this because it has already kind of absorbed everything. But the neat thing about a calla lily is I could turn this stem like this, okay, and the flower would be right at this end, and put this in water and not this or this, and it would drink. So unlike many flowers, that's the uniqueness of this flower, is that you can do really unusual things with it because the tips do not have to be. So if I wanted to, I could curve these up like this, fill this up with water to here, and have I'll do it with this one, have the end like this and this, have it filled with water to here, and it would last. So it's a very cool plant for that reason. But this one is going to go all the way into the inside, and you would think I should do it first, but for some reason they say not to. So, okay, so here we go.
Why do they say not to do that first?
I don't know. Don't ask me, but I've done this before, and okay. So then the next one I want to be shorter. So the whole idea of this is that it's supposed to look like they're dancing around each other.
And you stop and think too, how many brides' bouquets are made out of that? Nowadays, especially. Debbie mentioned the fact about how many bridal bouquets are made from those nowadays.
Yes, this is a very favorite of bridal bouquets, and I was reading one of the places that likes it the most, and it's interesting how what is the right word? Like your location. A bridal bouquet in Italy, almost all of them are calla lilies. I was reading about it, and I thought that was kind of interesting. That's the flower of choice. Here, they're very, very long lasting, so they make wonderful boutonnieres. They make wonderful corsages, and of course your bridal bouquet is out of water a lot, you know, and so they're wonderful for bridal bouquets as well.
Yeah, ask Lucille about that.
That's what I was thinking. Jim Johnson made her bridal bouquet out of those.
Out of calla lilies?
Yes.
This size?
No. Yeah, they were the small ones, weren't they? Ask her.
Lucille, they were small, weren't they? Or were they? I think they were different.
Yeah, they were larger.
It was beautiful anyway. I remember that.
Okay. I'm sorry, this is taking time.
They're an elegant flower.
They're a very, very elegant flower. And they're very, because they're so smooth and sleek, they're not fussy looking, so they have, I mean, you can see it with silk. You know, you can see it with satins and things like that because the flower would go along with the fabric of what you're doing. So, it'll stay a long time. Usually, I would be working with calla lilies that are a little bit larger, and I want all my stems to be up against this one side. And this one is deciding it just really doesn't want to do that, but we're going to make it. As you can tell, this is an effort that you have to be kind of patient with.
That's beautiful, just like that.
It's getting there. Okay, this was supposed to be a representation of God's creation of the sun and the moon. So that's the reason why you have the cresting, and you have your colors of your yellow and your pink. I mean yellow and white. And that's your sun and your moon.
Oh, wow.
Okay, this would be the front side. And that's it.
It's beautiful.
Very beautiful.